we prayed. Yeah. Today, we'll be speaking on the role of Christian in the rise of artificial intelligence. Let me start by this. This is the best time to be alive. You are a youth, and I can tell you, because I'm one of you, that this is the best time to be alive. But why would I say this? Don't we already know this? In the course of this teaching, we'll be examining why should you embrace artificial intelligence as a Christian? How can I enter the technology ecosystem as a believer? And what should I use it for? How many of you know about computer? A show of hand. Why am I seeing few hands? How many of you have a smartphone? How many of you use your parents' smartphone? Okay. So, how many of you logged on to WhatsApp today? WhatsApp. How many of you logged on to Instagram today? Okay, that's a good place to start. So, we are not totally clueless about computer. Now, how many of you have heard of artificial intelligence? Good. How many of you have interacted with artificial intelligence? Good. Then, half of my job is done. So yeah, let's begin by this. We have to understand that we are redeemed as light of the world, not light of the church. Matthew chapter 5 and verse 14. Do we have scriptures? We are redeemed as light of the world. So as believers, you have to understand where you show your light is not in the church alone. It's in the world. The people that build some of these technologies are just roughly your age. They are roughly my age. They are expressing their light to the whole world. So I want you to have this mentality even from childhood, even from cradle, that you are not redeemed as light of your environment, your immediate environment alone. No. You are not redeemed as light of Nigeria alone. No. You are redeemed as light of the world. As such, you have to act like it. And guess what? If you fail to manifest your life and deeds, you are robbing God of His glory. Matthew chapter 5 and verse 16. That is, when the Bible says, when you shine your light, the nations will glorify God through you. So if you deny God of His glory through your unwillingness to shine your light, then definitely you are sinning. And the consequences of robbing God is very dire. But life is in phases, and men are in sizes. Everything is in time and season. Ecclesiastes 3, verse 1 to 8. And understanding the times and season of your life determines how successful you are. You are not too young to make it. David was a national hero at age 17. In fact, half of the people that ruled Nigeria, they did it when they were youths. that were presidents and head of states of this country. They did it while they were youths. So he raised the mentality of, oh, I'm just still young, I'm still young. He raised it. And guess what? Technology gives you the ability for you to manifest and show your light to the world. Technology doesn't restrict you to a corner of Nigeria. No. Technology helps you shine regardless. It tells you that you don't need permission to be successful. You don't need anybody's permission. If you have a system or you have a phone and you have internet, the sky is your limit. In fact, the sky is your beginning, not your limit. The sky is your beginning. Anywhere you can go, just by building. As believers, we have to understand that we must be prayerful. But the way we penetrate the kingdom of men is not initially through prayers. Daniel was a prayerful person. Daniel chapter 6 and verse 10. He went into his room to pray as before time. So it showed that he was a prayerful person. However, when the king requested that they bring people to him, he only gave 2 requirements. He said 1, and that you can find that in Daniel chapter 1 and verse 4. He said, bring me somebody who has no blemish, that is, who is healthy. And 2, somebody who is wise in all understanding. That's intellectual capacity. Intellectual capacity. So, as a believer, while you are a person of prayer, you must also develop your intellectual capacity. And the best time to develop your intellectual capacity is while you are a teenager. That's the best time. Your brain is sharp, you have less distractions whatsoever. As tempting as it may be to joke around during teenage age, I can assure you that you don't need to. You are not missing out of anything. You are not. The sum total of the person you will be in the future is premised on who you are currently. If you decide to be an hooligan, you will meet it. If you decide to be fruitful, you will meet it. We are all consequences of our actions and inactions. You have been admonished not to take drugs. It's for your own good. No good thing ever comes from a drug addict. No good thing. As such, even while you are a person of prayer, you have to also develop your intellectual capacity. Daniel said it in Daniel chapter 9 and verse 2. He said, I, Daniel, understood by books. By books. It is tempting not to read again because information is at your fingertip. In fact, the decentralization of information is God's agenda. He said, knowledge shall fill the earth like ocean, like waters. It's God's agenda. There will be decentralized knowledge. The gatekeepers will be removed. Everybody will have access to the knowledge that is there. But the truth is, what do you want to do with the knowledge? Nobody is gatekeeping Google now. With 100 naira, you can buy data and go to Google. But what do you search? ChatGPT is on your phone, on your mobile phone. How many times do you use it? What exactly do you ask it? These are personal questions. They are not questions that your parents will help you answer. You can decide to use it as source for evil, and when I mean evil, things that are not beneficial to you. Or you can decide to use it to accelerate your future. Another thing I want to share with you is that in this age of artificial intelligence, you have to be teachable. The systems that we have today, you don't know anything about them. You have to learn them. And sorry to burst your bubble, your teachers might not teach you about it. You have no excuse. In my school, they did not teach. In my school, I didn't learn artificial intelligence. I'm a lawyer by profession. In secondary school, I didn't even have access to computer lab, because our computer lab, we only have one computer in the laboratory. It was when I come home that I'll use my mother's system. So you have no excuse. The device that humanity used to first go to the moon, you have a device that is stronger than that device in your hand as your mobile phone. So you have no excuse. You have no excuse. And as a technology, as a person venturing into technology, I also want to tell you that you have to be result-oriented. Also, let's talk about Daniel. What did Daniel say? Daniel said, when they were scared to give him only vegetables and legumes, he said, give me just for 10 days, and I will prove it to you. That's telling you about results. As a teenager, even while you are a youth, you have to understand that result is what distinguishes you. Everywhere, result. Result. You don't have to do it their way. What did Daniel say? Daniel realized that what the king actually wants was somebody who has fat face, who was very healthy, and somebody who was skilled in knowledge and has undergone the training. So they gave them royal food in order to make them healthy. But Daniel told them that there is a better way to do this other than eating the food consecrated to the gods. He's telling you that you can reinvent ways in as much as you will still get the same result. Somebody reinvented food delivery. Did we know anything about food delivery in Nigeria before childbirth? But it was always there. Somebody reinvented the way we move around. Now we have ride-hailing. We use Uber, we use Bolt and everything. Yoruba will say something. If you understand Yoruba, Yoruba will say, Onokon Woja. Not, who can interpret that? Let's start from there. Onokon Woja. Say it aloud if you can.
You don't pass one road to market.
Exactly. One road. It's not one road that leads to the market. If you are coming, you can either come from here, or you come from here, or you come from here. The most important thing is that you arrive here. You can come by road, you can come by flight, you can come by sea. The most important thing is that you come here. That is what technology gives you the power for. So, in this age and time of technology, be different. Think differently. Think differently. People are doing things this way. Why are they doing it that way? That's the first thing. Someone said something. He said, he who understands why can endure anyhow. It basically means that when you know the reason for doing something, you can persist in it. You can be resilient in it. Many people move through life not knowing the reason why they do things. Don't be like that. You are young. We are young. I'm like you. We are young. Question things. Why are we doing it this way? Why is this thing standing this way? Why is it a little bit bent? Why not straightforward? Haven't you noticed that when you were young, you asked curious questions? Mommy, why is this speaker shouting? That's the curiosity of a child. That's the only way you are going to be successful. Curiosity. Yes, you get into trouble. Sometimes, because your curiosity will lead you to some places that will burn your hands. But those are just scars. Those are just scars. And there's no general without a scar. Curiosity. Don't move through life not knowing the reason for things. No. At a young age, you're supposed to have known why you are here on earth. Even if you don't have it all figured out. You don't have to have it all figured out. But one thing you should understand is that you should understand the core of your being. You can't be a differentiated person like Daniel if you do not understand why you are here. You don't understand why you are different. How can you build technological stuff if you don't even know why you are different, why things should be done differently? It's only people that believe that things should be done differently who act. We are products of our thoughts. When we think about something, then we act in that direction. So if you are not thinking different, how can you influence your environment to think differently? How? Technology is about impact. That's all. Scaling up what you naturally do. That's what technology is about. So, if naturally, technology is like an amplifier, let me put it that way. Does this mic have a voice of its own? No. It's the voice going through it that is amplified. If this voice is nonsense, what will come out is nonsense. Simple. If this voice is valuable, what will come out will be valuable. So don't think in terms of, oh, I want to use the latest phone. Ask yourself, why do I need the latest phone? And make sure your answers are not self-serving. I need the latest phone because the project I'm working on requires me to have them. Okay. I need a computer because I am already building an application. Okay. And let me tell you this secret about life. Nobody gives shoes to somebody who says, I want to run. People only give shoes to somebody who is running. I'll take that again. Nobody gives shoes to somebody who says, I want to run. I want to run. People won't take you seriously. But if you are actively on the move with your bare foot, I can assure you somebody will give you shoes. You will get shoes. So what does that tell you? Don't sit down. This is the best time of your life. You can't be any younger than you are today. This is the youngest you can ever be. If you are 15 today, this is the last time you will be 15. This is the last year of your life you will ever be 15. So make good advantage of it. The greatest asset every human has is time. It's not money. It's time. It's time. And there is no age restriction for success. It's not until you are 18 before you succeed. No. We have somebody of less than 19 years old in Nigeria created a proper startup and raised over $1 million on it. In Nigeria here, less than 19. If you are above 12, there's a 12-year-old guy building a company. It's about difference. Number one, think differently. And when you think differently, act differently. There is this thing that goes on around. When teacher asks a question, everybody thinks it is cool to keep quiet. Everybody thinks it is cool to keep quiet. Nobody wants to answer the lecturer again. Nobody wants to ask questions again. Don't let anybody deceive you. Ask questions. Be excited at learning. Answer questions. Because the answer is only in your head. You don't even know if you are correct. You don't know if you are correct. And people move through life not testing their beliefs and not testing their hypotheses. At the end of the day, you grow up as and end up as a stupid person. Because those stupidity that should have been corrected while you were young, you bottled it up. You bottled it up. There's nothing wrong in being wrong. There's absolutely nothing wrong. Nobody knows everything on earth. In fact, you don't know the extent to which you don't know. That's how worse it is. You don't even know what you don't know. You only know what you know. So you don't even know what you don't know. Don't be afraid to be wrong. If you are wrong, oh, sorry, I'm wrong. What's the correct position? And you move on. You are more knowledgeable than you were 1 minute ago. Be teachable. And shine your light. Daniel chapter 1 and verse 19 to 20. When they brought Daniel before the king, Daniel didn't keep quiet. Daniel talked to the king. He showed his light in the conversation. He said, let us talk. He showed the light. He spoke. It was as a result of him speaking that the king knew that, no, this person has 10 times differentiation than his other colleagues. If you keep quiet, nobody will pay attention to you. Nobody. A closed mouth is a closed destiny. A closed mouth is a closed destiny. If you keep quiet, nobody will pay attention. When you engage somebody as a teenager, engage to learn, even as a youth, as a human being, engage to learn, not to assert your position. No, because there is no absolute. There is no absolute. Engage to learn. Hear the other person's viewpoint and enrich yours. That's the only way you become more knowledgeable. So, and you have to understand that when you think differently, you spot problems. You spot problems. And do you know the reason why? You see, God created this world very well. I won't lie to you. God created this world and balanced everything. You know why? He gives the people that are above you problems that they don't have the answer to, and He gives you the solution. So, if you do not prepare, that's your own problem. It's not God's problem. You are a youth. Take advantage of your youth. Learn as much as you can. This is the age of artificial intelligence. You can create anything from your bedroom. From your bedroom. You can create anything. Now, the question is, how do I get into tech or technology? And what do I even do with the technology? The first thing I want you to know is that not everybody will go to technology. Don't let everybody force you. Just because people are making money in technology doesn't mean that's the only place to make money. Don't let anybody force you there. See, if you do not have, if there is no core expertise, technology can't stand. Technology powers things that are already existing. If I am not speaking, this microphone cannot amplify anything. It cannot. What does it want to amplify? It will amplify what? Breeze. So, some of you have made up your mind that you want to be a doctor. Focus on it. Have domain expertise in medicine. But by the side, learn how technology can be used to better medicine. And don't be afraid to build from the current position. And two, self-study. Technology is an interesting field of life because you can learn everything from your bedroom. How many of you use YouTube here? Almost everybody. Well, the question is, what do you watch on YouTube? YouTube can be either an asset or liability. There are people who they have built successful businesses, and the only place they learn is YouTube. I can assure you of that. They have built successful businesses, and the only place they learn is YouTube. So the question is, what are you searching in your when nobody is looking at you? What are you researching about? What are you thinking about? So if you want to come into the technology ecosystem, the first thing you have to know is that think differently. Technology only pays you if you are already thinking differently. That's the only way you can help everyone. That's the only way you can impact people. And what do we use technology for as Christians? We have been given the Great Commission mandate. Go into the world and preach the gospel. How many of you people use social media for that? Let me take you back history. When our fathers and forefathers, when they were going out on evangelism, they only had their voice. And they used this adequately. Then some people came along, they brought microphone. And they used microphone to reach more people. You have social media. How many people have you reached with it? Artificial intelligence can be used to democratize knowledge. How many knowledge or how much knowledge have you democratized with artificial intelligence? In terms of Bible, in terms of the scripture. You have been given the Great Commission mandate, and everybody is involved in it, both young and old. You can be in the marketplace, like me, or you can be on the altar. The most important thing is that the tool, the technological tool, as a Christian, you have to use it for the Great Commission mandate. And let me round up by saying this. Every innovation should be to the glory of God. 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 21. Yes, Paul said, even if you eat, let it be to glorify God. Even if you sleep, let it be to glorify God. Even if you are in technology, let it be to glorify God. So, action points now. What are the things when you live here? How exactly can you get into the technology ecosystem? The answer is already in your hands. There is nothing more. The answer is in your hands. You have a smartphone. Follow people who are already where you are. Follow people who are already where you want to go to. Rather, who are already where you want to go to. People are doing startups. People are doing businesses. People are building companies. Follow them on social media. Go and watch their track record. What exactly are the skills they know they used? Then go back and learn that skills. This is the best time of your life. Don't waste it. Learn as much as you can. And after learning, use it. Because if you acquire so much knowledge and you don't use it, you just become a fool. So, acquire the knowledge and use it. The answers are in your hands. Use your smartphone well. YouTube. There is nothing you want to learn about Python, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. There is nothing you want to learn about them that is not on YouTube. There are 48 hours tutorial on Python, just on YouTube. How to create agentic LLMs. There are tutorials online. How to create a proper application. There are tutorials online. But the most important thing is that you have to be a changed person. Think differently, then act differently. So, I believe we have been able to learn something today. Father, we thank you for your word. We thank you because it has taken roots in our lives. We bless your name because we will take actions on this. And in a year time, we will come back with testimonies of see what the Lord has done. For in Jesus' mighty name we've prayed.